Let's unbox this Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon together. Y'all, I am so excited. I am so excited that I am giddy. I'm like kid in a candy store with an unlimited budget excited. I am like a kid on Christmas morning opening up all of his presents excited. I am that excited to get this box, and that's why I'm doing a video that's unlike most of what I do on this channel. I don't really do unboxing videos, and typically I would just include this in my monthly haul along with all the manga that I picked up, but this was something special and I wanted to bring y'all along with me, so I hope that y'all have a good time with this video. And I, again, don't usually do unboxings, so I apologize if this is kind of a clunky or poorly put together video, but I wanted y'all to be here with me. Now, if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. I am Riley. I am the Omnibus Collector. I usually make content talking about manga, upcoming releases, just informative and educational content about the industry and the medium itself, to try and help people to understand manga and to make more informed purchases of, the things that are coming out. But today I'm doing something different because I am a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan, and for the past roughly year or so, I have been collecting a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh related figures and statues of all of my favorite monsters and all the characters involved in the series. Now, I have been a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh since it first came to the States, but I have had a renewed interest in the franchise as of about 6 years ago when I read the entirety of the manga for the first time. And whereas as a child, I was definitely a Kaiba boy, when I grew up, I became a Joey guy. And Joey is my very favorite character, and now I am #1 certified Kaiba hater. Not because I think Kaiba's a terrible character. I think he's a great character, but he's just so great to hate on. But I do still feel the same way that I did about his monsters when I was a kid, and that is that they are fantastically designed, great monsters. I thought when I was a kid that Blue Eyes was the greatest, coolest monster in the series, and therefore Blue Eyes Ultimate was 3 times as cool. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in and open this box up and see how this guy looks. Okay, so this is obviously a pretty big box. I've got my knife here. Kids, if you're gonna use a knife, ask for your parents or guardians to help with that. But remember, always cut away from you so that you do not have any accidents. So let's open up this box here. All right, so I've pulled all the packing material out, so now we can see how big the actual box of the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is. Honestly, side by side, the inner box is not that much smaller. All right, so I've moved that out of the way, and the box itself is wrapped, so let's get this open and see what the box looks like. So this is the box itself. Let's do a quick 360 on it, and it is a piece of art in and of itself. Let me give y'all a closer look at the box now. Okay, so the box itself is this very sleek black, and we have silver on there for the print saying Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and you can see kind of this this shadowed look at the figure itself. Amiami x Amakuni. I think this I mentioned is the exclusive Right Stuff anime version, but there is the standard version that you can get elsewhere is a little bit different. I think the coloring is a little different. So here on the side, again, an image of Blue Eyes Ultimate, the silver text. The back has a better look at the dragon itself. It looks fantastic, and a bunch of just information, product information, the Yu-Gi-Oh logo at the bottom here, and then on the other side, once again, it says Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon without the image of the monster itself. On the top, again, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon without the text, or without the image of the monster, and the bottom is just a plain box with, nothing printed on the bottom. Now let's see what it looks like inside the box. All right, so now we're on my floor, so you can see the inside of the box itself. The instructions are taped to the top. and you can see the guy inside. I'm assuming it does come in multiple pieces because it is a larger piece, and we'll have to do a little bit of assembly. Let me go ahead and get this out, and then we'll start looking at the pieces inside. Okay, so now here it is, still in the plastic. There are a few pieces to assemble, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be that much of a chore, just the wings, I think, and the tail, and then to put on the base. But you can't really see because the plastic is very glossy, especially with my lights. So let's bust open and get the pieces out. Okay, so he's been freed from his plastic prison, and there is the main piece for the boy right there. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit to show y'all him. All three heads in their full glory. He does have that stand that he can sit upon. It is plugged into a couple of peg holes in his tail, but of course that's not the entirety of this statue, as we do have the wings and the rest of his tail in here that need to be applied to the figure. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so now I'm here with the figure itself. You can kind of get an idea of how big it is, and I'm going to add his wings as well as the end of his tail, and this is a little support for his neck. So we'll put the neck support in there first, and this fastens in at this hump in his neck and kind of supports the figure on the stand so it won't lean forward and stuff. So we've got the support on his neck. Let's put the tail in. This one simply slides into place right here. So now he has the extended tail coming off of there. And then let's go ahead and do the wings as well. Now these guys are pretty big wings, pretty nice sized wings. That snaps in, doesn't really snap, it slides in there, and then this one of course goes in here. And there he is, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in all of its glory. All right, now here I've got Blue Eyes Ultimate, of course, alongside, this is the first 4 figures version of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, the white variant, not the silver variant, and then I've got the Artifacts J Kaiba right in the middle there, just so you can get an idea of the size of the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon figure. Facing them towards each other here, you can get an idea of how much larger Blue Eyes Ultimate is than the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Keep in mind that the Blue Eyes White Dragon does have that base that offers it a little bit more support and girth, but even then you can see how much higher the wings go, how much bigger the heads are on the Ultimate Dragon in comparison to Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now we're taking a look from the back because I think it gives a good idea of like the wingspan, and I would say that Blue Eyes Ultimate does not have the same wingspan. It's less of a wingspan than Blue Eyes White Dragon because the wings on the Ultimate are a little bit curled inward, but they do go higher. They are, the wings are roughly the same size. They just don't go outward as far as they do on the White Dragon. Now I want to give you all a nice close look at the dragon itself because it does have a fair amount of detail, especially in the heads. Each of the 3 heads is very nicely detailed. The jaws, the mouths, all the spikes and stuff on there, the spines and scales on its neck. You can see the details in the claws, the arms, the legs. It is a very nicely detailed figure that resembles exactly what you got from the dragon itself, from the manga and from the anime. I am very, very happy to have added this into my collection, and I am not disappointed whatsoever in this fantastic piece. Alrighty, y'all. So we pulled it out of the box, we put it together, we're here sitting with it. I've become acquainted with the dragon, familiar with it now, and now we can answer the question of the hour, the question of the video, which is this thing worth it? So all in all, after taxes and shipping and after the discount that I have as a member over at Right Stuff, this came out to be about $500. That is a pretty hefty price for a piece like this. Now, of course, your mileage is going to vary on this, because I think that if obviously you're not going to buy this if you're not a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh already, and B, you're probably not going to buy this as like your first piece. I feel like this is something that, you know, if I hadn't already have bought a bunch of other Yu-Gi-Oh related pieces, then I probably wouldn't have gone for this one first. But adding it into my collection, this was something that I knew was coming. I saved up for. I knew that I wanted it. I wanted it as a piece of a larger collection, and to me, this is worth it. If I was to criticize anything about it, it would be that this is a little bit smaller than I hoped it would be. I mean, I read what the dimensions and stuff were online, so I knew what it was going to be going into it, but I do think that this could have been a bit of a larger one. It could have been more just physically imposing, and that would have been really great, but it does scale really well with the blue eyes that I have from First Four Figures. So if you also have that one and you're thinking about adding this one into your collection, I think that it's a pretty decent one to add in there, but just keep in mind the price point. Now, I did say I got mine from Right Stuff, and that was the price. $500 was after my discount, but also including tax and shipping. Shipping to me, it might be different shipping to you, and I chose the lowest shipping option, which was still like $40. So keep all of that in mind, and also keep in mind this is at least on Right Stuff, they say that it's the Right Stuff exclusive version, which I believe the version that you can get directly through Amiami and Big Bad Toy Store is slightly different in coloration. Like, I think it's darker, and I preferred the lighter one, so I did go through Right Stuff specifically so I could get that. So hopefully this video, not only is it cool to see this piece, obviously we all like watching these types of videos to see what these things look like, but hopefully if you are out there and you're thinking about buying this piece for yourself, it kind of helps you to make an informed purchase, because it is an expensive piece. This is I think I mentioned earlier in the video, this is like the most expensive single item within my collection. I have not bought one single item that is this pricey. So it was an investment, but it's one that I went into knowingly. And it's one that I'm very, very, very excited that I was able to make, that I was able to get this, because I have been wanting this for such a long time. So now I've got the main characters from Yu-Gi-Oh! I've got the three gods, I've got Blue Eyes, I've got Dark Magician, now I've got Blue Eyes Ultimate. There's a Dark Magician girl coming also from First Four Figures. The final one that I really want to get now is, I know that First Four Figures has been kind of showing that they're working on it, and of course that is Red Eyes Black Dragon. So hopefully that doesn't take too much longer, because I would love to finally be able to add a Red Eyes Black Dragon figure like this on the same scale as that Blue Eyes into my collection. So hopefully that happens soon. I would also love to add Exodia, but like 500 was already pushing it, and that Exodia bust that came out like last year was $1,000. That's a lot. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is a different type of video than I usually do. I hope that it was still entertaining and informative, as I always try to make my videos. If you're new here and you haven't yet done so, please hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of all the awesome content that I put out on a more or less weekly basis. If you're not new here, thanks for stopping by again and watching this new type of video. This is not what I usually do, so it's always fun to do something different, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. And without further ado, that's all I got. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.